quite the problems. We're talking pirate boats, illegal watercraft, abandoned vessels. If you spend any time on the Willamette River, you've seen them all for years.
But now there's a much broader effort by state and local authorities to get those boats off the water. Todd Unger is here with more. You've looked into this, Todd. What did you discover?
Yeah, Jeff, Liz, this is an issue statewide, but tonight we're focusing on the Willamette near downtown. Enforcement actually ramped up a few years ago, but if you kayak, water ski, or boat in that area, you'll still see a lot of these derelict and dirty boats, some that don't move for months at a time. Others are entirely abandoned. We wanted to know why. It's a 95-degree day on the Willamette.
100% of the time, right?
And Multnomah County's River Patrol unit is just getting started.
Go relatively quickly, between 45, 50 miles an hour if we really need to.
Deputy Chad Diekman is one of two deputies aboard. If you can believe it, most hours of the day, only one such team patrols more than 100 miles of water in Multnomah County.
Wakeboarding, a lot of tubing, a lot of water skiing in this area mixed with that commercial traffic.
Every shift is a little different near downtown Portland.
And so over here we have a camp, or at least some folks kind of hanging over on the side over there. And the water will come up to that level where they're at.
The homeless living along the Willamette is one thing. The bigger issue, those breaking the law on the water.
I don't like to use the term pirated boats, but these are people who are living on the water illegally. How's that?
It isn't a new problem, but these types of craft are certainly getting some fresh attention.
There's a lot of concern from folks that I hear of, what's happening with the waste that comes from those boats. I will be honest, oftentimes I don't know.
Is there a sticker on the back of that one over there?
Yeah, so that sailboat over there, I don't know how long it's been there. We just noticed, we came through here yesterday and noticed it there. So that sticker is actually a pre-seizure notice from the Oregon State Marine Board in conjunction with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office.
See, officially, if a boat is in any one spot for more than 30 days, it can get tagged for removal. Unofficially, enforcing that for the dozens of illegal, derelict, or abandoned watercraft we saw becomes a different question.
I know there's been some public concern lately about the area. One is, and I understand their concerns completely. And there are times where I want to spend more time in here, but because of our different resources and staffing that we actually have, I'm not even able to spend the time that I may want to here.
So garbage, waste, those are big concerns.
Garbage, waste, hazardous wastes, fecal wastes, and then oftentimes it's a fairly hostile atmosphere.
Bob Salinger runs the nonprofit Willamette River Keeper. His group routinely encounters piles of trash and waste on places like Ross Island and up and down the river.
There's been outhouses sitting out on docks in the middle of the river. There have been boats that have sunk. There have been damage to the shorelines, people coming and going from those vessels, cutting firewood, camping on the shores, appropriating the shorelines.
None of this is lost on the state. Over the past 3 years, the State Marine Board actually boosted the removal of abandoned derelict boats in the Willamette corridor. In 2022, more than 24 were yanked out by subcontractors. Last year, the figure was closer to 20, but this year it's already at 28 and should be closer to 40 vessels by year's end. How? $1 million of specially designated funding from the American Recovery Plan. Of course, then the logical question becomes, what happens when the money runs out?
In many cases, it's going to come down to, do we have the funding resources to be more proactive?
Bob says long-term dollars are critical, especially if officials are serious about long-term improvements.
A lot of these vessels that are camping are not structurally sound. Eventually they go to the bottom, and that becomes a public liability. And so it's the taxpayer that ultimately deals with the habitat degradation, the pollution, the contamination.
Now, other parts of the state face similar challenges, and the state's Department of Lands does have a larger budget of millions being used for removals elsewhere. But the simple fact remains, this part of the Willamette is the most visible, and enforcement often comes down to what's the most immediate need at any one time. It's a judgment call.
It becomes a judgment call, right? Like, how far down are there? How many people are working on getting it removed? Right, and that's great if that happens, but we'll just see where that process goes ultimately.
So what about that other money? Last year, the state allocating millions for other removals, but that is statewide. And when you factor in the Columbia River, then those deep ports and bays, there's a lot to cover in the state of Oregon. These specific Willamette dollars, they are up at year's end.
Now, as for the people living on these boats, Todd, for months, years at a time, they often just don't want to leave no matter what.
Yeah, that is a factor here. For some people, it is a lifestyle decision. For other people, it is their home, and we need to be sensitive to that. Both Bob and the deputies say there have been efforts in the past to try and get these people some transitional housing onshore. So far, those really haven't worked.
Yeah, and if you haven't been down the Willamette lately to look around, or you just travel short, it is a major problem when you look down
especially
there.
on the far side of Ross Island. And of course, Ross Island, still privately owned, which further complicates some things.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of different factors in play here.
Okay, great, Todd, for giving us that look.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
highlighting that.